So, where are we in this grand scheme of things? Hi, I'm John McNeil, and this is the Invest Strong Network. Welcome. So, after roughly 7 months of the CV-19 crisis in the United States of America and how it is really roiling the economy and the financial markets and everything, as we finish off this year, 2020, and move into 2021, I wanted to take a second and really take stock of where we've been, where we are, and where we're going, right? Okay, at this moment, and we're in late October of 2020, it looks like the CV-19 pandemic is worse than ever, and it is. More infections. The death rate is steady from 800 to 1,300 people a day in the United States of America, more globally. This is just not good. And the financial markets have remained remarkably buoyant through all of this. This even includes the ending of the additional unemployment benefits, the complete ending of some unemployment benefits in total, right? As the 6 month limit has been reached for many persons who were laid off in the early spring. And the Congress has yet to reach any kind of agreement on any new stimulus yet. Now, that may happen after the election, but as of right now, it still has not happened. Yet, through all of that, the financial markets have remained fairly strong, right? In fact, I would even say they've remained very strong, taking all things into consideration. So, what's causing this? And what is the outlook going forward? Well, I think, just my opinion, that what's causing the financial markets to remain buoyant, well, obviously, they've been supported by the federal government through stimulus and enhanced unemployment benefits throughout the spring and summer, but also by the Federal Reserve. Mentioned that in previous videos. I won't go into it again. But most of that support has begun to diminish, right? And the markets are still strong. I think what the investment community is seeing, they see the very realistic probability of new, more competent leadership coming very, very soon. And it is that spark of hope and the ending of this dark, horrible night in American history, which has kept the financial markets as buoyant as they have been the last several months. Well, is that real? Is it sustainable? Well, yes, that absolutely is sustainable, and uh, things may actually get better because after the election, and perhaps even after the before the inauguration, there'll be another round of stimulus. This stimulus will is badly needed, first of all, but will also help keep the economy as buoyant as can be during this crisis. So these are all good things, right? And I actually am as optimistic as I have been for this entire year, 2020. And I believe that now I'm not saying that all the clouds have lifted and the skies are clear and happy days are here again. I'm not saying that. Absolutely, I'm not saying that. There are very hard, tough days ahead. And this time still requires a maximum caution when it relates to your capital, your money, your wealth. Stay focused if you are investing in equities, as I have begun to do again. It is imperative that you remain focused on enterprises, companies that have strong balance sheets, that have strong franchises, that have a future with or without CV-19. And there are lots of companies out there that will do it. Technology, obviously, spoken about that previously, but the technology sector has not only remained buoyant, but it has in fact remained remarkably strong through the teeth of the worst of the CV-19 infections, as has certain retail outlets. Now, I've mentioned them in previous vids, but I'll do it again. Target, Walmart, Costco, some others. Now, again, I would avoid the high end or the luxury end of the retail market, and I would also avoid retailers that are closely linked to shopping malls, right? So we're talking the Nordstroms and J.C. Penney's and companies that are Macy's, right? That are closely linked to shopping malls. Those kind of retailers on the high end, new way, right? But some of the discount retailers and retailers that have remained remarkably strong through CV-19 pandemic, those are the ones you want to keep your eyes on. Also, there are the specialty financiers. Now, the bank stocks in general, as I've mentioned in previous vids, I would look to avoid. However, the specialty financing, PayPal, for instance, Equifax, which is a credit rating agency for individuals and corporations. Um, these credit agencies and specialty financiers, Square, can't forget about Square. Uh, these companies have a remarkably bright future going forward with or without a cure or a vaccine for CV-19. And you want to stay focused on franchises like that, right? In my opinion. Bonds, well, uh, mm, tread carefully. What I would suggest, I personally would not buy any individual bonds. No, individual issues. No way. I would instead suggest investing in a bond fund, mutual fund, operated by a professional. They can separate the wheat from the shaft, right? And give you a much better return than buying individual bonds, be they municipal bonds or corporates or anything like that. And of course, I've mentioned it in previous vids. Vanguard is probably the best mutual fund house for fixed income. Just peruse through their menu of bond offerings and pick one. That's what I would suggest. It's really just that easy. Real estate. Well, boy, real estate is really, really precarious. You have commercial space, office spaces that are getting killed and they will continue to get killed. Uh, the residential market, well, it's real hit and miss. Incredibly, people are being evicted, people are not paying their rents, but at the same time, housing prices are increasing markedly. I I can't explain that. I don't know. One would think that if people are struggling to pay their rent and evictions are going to go through the roof, one would think that that residential real estate prices would come crashing down. But that has not happened, at least not yet. Right? Tread carefully, very carefully, in any real estate dealings that you want to get involved with. Okay, so those are my thoughts for this point in history. Everyone out there must have a scheme in the grand scheme of things. And this grand scheme of things is changing faster than one can calculate, and it can provide wonderful opportunities, or it can burn you like toast. You obviously want to be on the former half of that equation, right? And so do I. And so hopefully this video will help give some direction in that. All right. So if you have found this interesting, insightful, right, encouraging even, smash that like button. I need you to smash the like button. Please, that raises the profile of the vid on YouTube, and that always helps, right? Leave a comment. I will respond to each and every one. I promise you that. And subscribe. Subscribe. So no matter who's in the White House, who runs the Congress, or who's on the Supreme Court, you can subscribe. All right. Needless to say. All right. Thank you so much, friends, and good fortunes.